ladies and gentlemen. Many of you might have heard by now that coronavirus is spiking rapidly in the country. And they put the mic up in Trump's face, and his response was he was unconcerned about the spike. But why should we be surprised? He was unconcerned from the beginning. So why would anybody be surprised that the man is unconcerned? What planet is he is what planet is he on? Who is this man? Because his responses are just like way out there. So according to him, they will get this under control. You didn't get it under control the first time, but this spike, they gonna get that under. Ooh, this man is not on this planet. His mind is definitely not here. So this came out in the Hill, June 26, 2020. Dozens of states see worst day yet on new COVID-19 cases. And you can tell they're very concerned about this, except for, the one here that claims that he's unconcerned. Okay, whatever. Dozens of U.S. states this week saw their worst day of coronavirus cases and deaths to date. Utah, Missouri, Montana, Wyoming, Alabama, and Alaska are among the states that on Thursday experienced their worst days since the start of the pandemic. Health departments typically announce new cases the day after, so the data for the full one-day period can be collected. Alabama had on Thursday added 1,142 cases and 5 deaths to its count, which now stands at 33,206 total cases and 896 deaths. Alaska also reported its worst day yet on Thursday, adding 45 cases to its count. The state now has a total of 971 reported cases and 10 deaths. Oklahoma, Texas, and South Carolina experienced their worst day yet on Wednesday, and Kansas experienced its worst day in more than a month on Wednesday as well. Oklahoma, where Trump held his in-person campaign rally last week, saw its worst day for coronavirus cases on Wednesday, adding 481 cases. The state now has 2,317 total confirmed cases and 65 reported deaths. Texas saw its highest one-day spike on Wednesday as well, adding 6,584 cases to its count. As a result, the state, which was one of the first to reopen, ordered bars and some outdoor recreation businesses to close once again on Friday. Yeah, so much for we're not closing the country again. Trust me, you are closing again. In South Carolina, health officials reported another 1,284 cases and 10 deaths on Friday, bringing the total of confirmed cases to 28,962 and confirmed deaths to 693. Arizona, California, Georgia, and Louisiana experienced their worst day on Tuesday. California added 6,419 cases and 76 deaths on Tuesday. The state reported 91 and 82 deaths on Wednesday and Thursday, respectively, but fewer than 6,000 new cases on those days. As of Friday, California has a total of 201,413 cases and 5,810 deaths. Arizona, where Trump held a campaign rally this week, 3,630 cases were reported on Tuesday, making it the worst state's day yet. As of Friday, the state reported 63,297 cases and 1,495 deaths. And like Trump said, he's completely unconcerned, y'all. This is what he said. You know, I don't think you're going to see a better reaction out of this president. This is the best it's going to ever get. He just doesn't have the empathy to console a country. He doesn't have the empathy to even understand how people feel out here. He's in his own world, for real. Well, like I said, we have to get in the mindset that we must look out for ourselves. You cannot depend on these folks, anybody like Trump, the high IQ crowd, to lead you through this thing. They simply can't even do it for themselves. And I think it's time for us to try to do that anyway. Many of us already have, but I'm talking about as a collective. We need to fend for ourselves through this pandemic. This government and Trump leading it is completely unreliable. If you are not ready to go into certain businesses or even be in a work environment because there's so much uncertainty, don't do it. You got to play this by ear and make your own decisions. And I really truly mean that. You're going to have to sever ties with whatever these folks are doing. You can see the leadership on this thing has been beyond poor. They don't know what to do themselves. If I'm going to stumble around in the dark, I'll figure out my own way. I would have more confidence in myself any day of the week than any of these high IQ minions that are out here. I don't need their help. I don't need their advice. And I wish they would stop trying to sit in the leadership chair, and ultimately you keep making a fool out of yourself. So, ladies and gentlemen, what I'm really saying is you got to do what's right for you and your family. Screw the Trumps of the world and the people that got his mindset. They are not leaders. They're not. He hasn't been a leader through this thing yet. We haven't seen leadership yet. And you're not going to see it. This is as good as it's going to get from this man. Just understand that. So if you're not confident in sending your kids back to school, don't send them. Use your brain. Don't let these folks be the deciding factor to what you do in your household or who goes where, what, how, and when. You stay in control of that, ladies and gentlemen, for real. Trump cannot guide you through this thing. He can't even guide himself through it. None of these people out here can. Please leave your comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace, family.